All right, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm super excited about this episode because I've got a guest on who's actually been living subconsciously and unconsciously in my mind for possibly the last 8 years without me even recognizing. And now it's literally right in front of me, Mr. Ahmad Hafar, who is the voice of Dubai. So thank you so much for coming on to the podcast, Ahmad.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh. Ever since I started seeing your content, my friends started sending me your stuff. I really liked how you put things in a certain manner. You focus on the educational element. You focus on making sure that people actually know what they want from it. And it's just the whole human approach. I really like that, Josh, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it a lot.
Appreciate you.
Honestly. So for people that don't have a backstory about you,
yeah.
Why did you get into doing voices for companies? What intrigued you about doing public speaking in this sort of capacity? What kind of got you addicted and fulfilled on purpose when it comes to speaking and doing different voices for companies?
I love people. That's ever since I was a kid, I've always been attracted to speaking to people. I taught myself the English language. Je parle français.
Taught yourself English?
That is correct. I'm French taught in school for 14 years before they kicked me out. Stick around and you'll find out. But yeah, I was always a fan of people. I taught myself English, and my mom literally caught me speaking to a homeless American man who was based in Lebanon due to some issues that happened with him at the age of 5. And he asked my mom, "Are you guys Americans?" And my mom doesn't speak English. She's like, no, Arabic only. And yeah, I picked up English at a very young age, mainly from TV and Cartoon Network. So yeah.
Wow,
I love people, man. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love seeing like your shirt's awesome. Truly though, like the thing is, here we are and this beautiful camera and all these beautiful cameras, we're trying to connect with people. And I've always wanted to connect with people. And I never wanted to prove anything to anybody. And honestly, guys, stick around. You'll get to know exactly why I said that. I don't want to prove anything to anybody. And because of this, I found all these incredible opportunities show up because I didn't want to prove anything to anybody. I just liked people. Now, of course, there are a lot of people I don't like and they suck, but you give the benefit of the doubt from the start rather than later on. And I'm a vibe-oriented person. You can just sort of read on those kind of vibes. So why did I get into media in general? People. A lot of people choose talent. A lot of people know how to see talent. I knew I had talent from the age of 12, for God's sake. People were literally booing me off stage when I used to play guitar and stuff because I'm a musician originally. And it's mainly what I do as well. And people would boo me off. And I'd be like, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. And I like that. So why? Because hell yeah. Because media rocks. Because media is really cool. You just got to be a little bit careful.
Well, you mentioned before the episode started, that you were doing music for some of the really famous people by the time you were 17.
Yeah.
So how did you get into music? What was the thing that drew you into music? You said emotion, but what does that mean for you?
So I started music when I was around 9-10 years old. My elder brother, I have 2 brothers and a sister, and I'm the youngest in the family. Spoiled gang. And
I'm the baby. I'm the youngest.
You're the baby. What's up, babies here?
What's up?
The babies get it all.
Represent.
Basically, my brother Wasim, who's currently 35, I'm 28, he's 35, yeah, got a guitar. And I wanted to play with that guitar. He wouldn't let me. My mom would be like, let your brother play with the guitar. And my brother would be like, yeah, I bought it. And then my dad was like, all right, I'll buy him one. And then my brother's like, and then I got the guitar. And my dad thought it was going to be a small phase when I was like 9-10. But no, I really got into it. And then I got an electric guitar when I was 12. Me and my brother saved up and got one. And then a bass and then a keyboard. And from there on. So I went to music school, got kicked out. True story. They're like, do 1, 2, 3. I'm like, but I don't feel like doing 1, 2, 3. I feel like doing whatever I want. And they weren't cool with that. So that was the first time I was kicked out of anything. It was music school. And I still remember the teacher, whose name was George. He told my dad, your son's not cut out for music. Sup, George? 12 awards is the best music composer in the Middle East. What's up, George?
What's up, George?
What's
Hope
up,
you're watching
George?
this.
Hope you're good. Hope you're crying out loud, boy. So yeah, that's mainly how I started off. And the emotions thing is, there was a girl, dude. Oh my God, there was this girl, half Russian, half Lebanese. Just absolutely stunning. Because you know Lebanese are gorgeous and you know Russians are good looking. I mean, look at the mix, brah. And dude, she's absolutely beautiful. She was in my class, and she was one of those girls where there's no way you can just go up and be like, hello. You can't do that. You know, look like an idiot.
Is this where you got the first voice from? That DJ? Hello, my name is...
Nah, man, I was a geek when I was young. I had glasses. I looked like the kind of kid you just look at me like, I want to beat you up, and I don't know why. I was that kid.
I was that kid too.
You were that kid. Yeah. I mean, look at the difference. You're 7 feet tall. You're T-Rex, bro. I'm freaking. T-Rex. But
you should have seen me when I was a kid, though. I was overweight, bullied.
No way. You too, huh?
Oh, yeah,
I was proper bullied. I was the opposite. I was too skinny. You know, they would just grab my hand and it would like just crack completely. I can imagine a bunch of people watching this right now going like, I felt that. But yeah, I went to that girl and I started chatting her up. And mainly I used to get my guitar mainly around Christmas time, which is right now. The school would let me take the guitar and play some music in class at a certain time. And she was very impressed by that. And because I didn't learn music, I would come up with stuff all the time because I don't know how to do music properly.
Yeah, me too.
You know what it's like. So from there on, I ended up sort of like, how do I explain this? I ended up convincing her that I can teach her guitar, but instead of like the actual music theory, which is what people learn, I would teach her emotions, how to make a sad melody, how to feel an instrument. And she was very intrigued by the idea. And then her dad agreed for me to go to her house. My intention was to make out with her. that was literally it, and it actually worked out. So, and I don't know, could you be watching this one? Hi, Danya.
It's possible. It's possible.
Look, I know you were my first kiss and everything, but I love a first kiss. Oh my God. If I were to just remember today with the voice and everywhere in between, I still remember how soft your lips were. Okay, my actual girlfriend right now is going to kill me, so let's stop there. I can imagine her watching this.
We can cut that out if you want to.
No, but we'll keep it. I can imagine my girlfriend is like watching past, like, oh my God, Ahmed's doing so. What the hell did you just say? My girlfriend looks at me like this, like, I'm like, all right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And from there, some people got intrigued how I did that. So I actually started teaching people and charging them, started making some money. And from there, I got picked up by a very famous Lebanese composer to basically do one line of guitar on one track and get paid for it. But the money was 10 times more than anything I've ever seen in my life. It was $300. I was 15, for God's sake. And seeing $300 literally rearranged how my brain works. And from there, I got addicted to the idea. He found the talent in me and is like, okay, you can come up with the basically melodies from nothing. Sell me melodies, make me melodies and sell them to me. And he would buy every good melody, and he bought each one for $100. Could be like 10 seconds, 12 seconds, anything that is catchy enough to make a track out of it. And I'm not a fan of Arabic music per se, but I knew what kind of styles they wanted, right? And I would modernize that. So it went from like guitar and piano and all of that to actual melodies. From there, the guy bought 32 melodies.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's by the time I was 17, I had made the music or helped compose the music for people like Nancy Ajram, Elisa, Haifa Wahbe, Viviana Murad, and Milham Zain, and a bunch of others. You can actually, guys, Google Ahmad Hafar, Arabic music, Ahmad Hafar, Nancy Ajram, whatever. You'll see the stuff. Actually, watch Milham Zain and Viviana Murad, a song called Yalla. You'll see me on stage, long hair, 16 years old, going crazy on stage and playing my own actual guitar solo, which was super badass. So yeah, that's my little rise to fame when I was a kid. And it changed my life, man. And during that period of time, I literally got kicked out of school because I failed the same year twice. So can you imagine the kind of roller coaster of emotions my mom and dad were going through? I was making money that is beyond my age, but I was a literal failure in school. And I'm not exactly an idiot. I don't consider myself, I mean, I do idiotic things, we all do, but I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? And a dude who could teach himself English and je parle français excellemment, like the dude, like I'm all right. And my mom and dad were very worried. But then when they saw me on TV playing with these artists, my mom was like, what the hell? And then from there, it went bazooka, bro.
I just love that you didn't let school get in the way of having an education, right?
I was very insecure about that, to be honest, when I was young because of society. And people call me society. Anyway, I wasn't cool with that because I got a lot of backlash, like you're a failure, especially the neighbors, the neighborhood itself. I'm from Tripoli, Lebanon. I promise you, it's not a very pretty place. And Trobleth, and it's not that cool. And basically what happened is I found my way around it by literally making sure I constantly motivate myself as much as I can. And my dad's really into music, he's really into art. So my mom was completely against it. My dad was my motivation, for sure.
Right.
Because my dad's a poet and a French teacher, right? He got that whole thing. My dad would be walking around the house singing songs with the radio on full volume. My mom, not in a trillion years, bruh. So that my dad really was my support, and I'm his favorite to this day. So I made him pretty proud, you know, and from there on, not having an education was not a joke. So my mom and dad didn't stop. They put me in something called an institute. An institute is where you learn certain things. And I was supposed to learn IT. I'm an idiot, guys, when it comes to IT. Like, no, I'm an idiot. So
well, you know how to turn on and off, right? At least.
Sorry?
You know how to press on and off at
all
least.
The ladies, on and off. Especially off with my girlfriend. Oh my God. Like, I'd be sitting down with my girlfriend, be like, oh, I want to show you something on YouTube. I'd be like, all right. And then she'd put it on YouTube, and one of my voices would come on one of the ads, and she'd just give me this look. She'd be like, and I'm like, why are you setting up my soul? It's a goddamn job, homie. But yeah, after that, this is the little bit of an interesting part that I want to tell you about that's instrumental for the story that we're going to be talking about. I went through a car accident, but this is seriously covered on an infinite amount of articles and magazines and podcasts. But I'll say it briefly for those who haven't heard the story yet.
Please.
I was the only survivor of a very fatal car accident where my two closest friends in the world passed away. Ahmad Deeb, Muhammad Lawmar. Ahmad, I knew him since I was 6, and Muhammad, I knew him since I was 8.5, 9. They were both my brothers, literally. Ahmad, I was so close with him that I had a bed of my own in his room.
Wow.
And his house key, which I still have to this day. But I'm not going to steal them. They're still grieving. But basically, we fell from the bridge, and they passed away, and I survived. I spent a year in the hospital, and I moved to Dubai immediately afterwards when I was 19 years old. And this is what made me move to Dubai without an education. It's not that I didn't want to continue, but my mom said, if you are to go back and continue the normal route, I'd finish university by 24, 25 if I wanted to do, say, an audio engineering degree or whatever it is, right? If I were to finish that by 25, I wouldn't be anywhere today at 28, literally. So coming to Dubai itself made me. Dubai, the land of true opportunities in the Middle East, made me. That's the reality of how I found me here. Even though it's a bit of desert here and there, there's a lot more to it.
So much more. You and I have a very similar story in a lot of different facets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit.
So growing up, I was overweight, bullied, all that sort of thing as well. 18, my best friend passed away from suicide, actually.
No way.
Same sort of age. Moved to Dubai when I was 22.
Yo, that's insane.
Yeah. So Dubai kind of formed me as well and molded me into kind of who I am today.
High five, dude. High five right now.
High five.
Hell yeah.
So a lot of very similarities in between our stories.
That
It's
is
actually kinda crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
No, because the life is vibes, right?
Yeah.
I mean that. Like, I'm not like vibes with multiple Z's.
Oh
no,
my
like vibrations. Oh my God. Like with oh my God, it's the annoying voice guy again. I do a lot more than voice, all right, people? But yeah.
I also cry.
a lot. But no, basically, when you said that, I felt that. Legit. Like, I know what it feels like. And it's such a unique feeling. Like, most people are like, oh my God, I totally know how you feel like. No, you don't, right? Like, you don't. You have no idea. You don't know how I felt like. You don't know how I feel like today. You don't know what's driving me as a force. And you don't know why I am who I am. And who are you to be you? Like, how do you even understand yourself if you don't literally decompose yourself from time to time? Why don't you just tell yourself, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to get better. Maybe this, maybe what's wrong with that? Hell, I'm freaking voice of Dubai, and I still don't think I'm good enough in a lot of things. So
It's also
what?
your drive forwards.
Hell yeah, you have to. So I felt that respect for sharing, and guys, I really want you to stick around because this is not just, oh my God, it's a podcast of a guy saying things that he wants to say to push out an agenda. No, I've got a lot of stuff coming, and I've got a school that's gonna change your goddamn life. So listen, as Vinny Paz said. So open your ears and you listen. Yeah. I was in hip hop. Actually, that's what taught me English, mainly hip hop. Eminem. Wow. Yeah, man. I was rapping Eminem when I was 7. I literally got bullied for it. But yeah, literally.
Wow, look at you now.
It's insane. I would never go into hip hop because I suck, but I can throw bars and stuff like that, but I'm not the guy, right? But I have an interest in hip hop from the depth of my soul because when those messages are done in a certain manner with the right rhythm, holy hell. I'm not saying I have anything against today's version of hip hop, but I'm just saying people who listen to that version of hip hop happen to be gay. I'm joking. But it's just like, jeez. You know, Yeah, it's like, who are you listening to? I don't even know their names. I want to make fun of them, but I literally don't even know their names. But
I don't know the rap. It all kind of sounds the same to me these days, to be fair.
The new game Need for Speed Unbound just came out, and it's mainly focused on that kind of music as a background. It's the vibe of it. So the whole soundtrack is pretty garbage. Sorry, EA. By the way, I found out EA actually looked at my LinkedIn. It told me in the thingy, someone from EA Electronic Arts. So like, if you guys ever see this, I don't mean that, but like next time, please let me make the music for goddamn Need for Speed. All right? I know what to do. Anyway, I'm nobody and somebody and everybody at the same time. And that's the mindset that pushes me forward. When I'm sitting with someone individualistically, I'm nobody. But if I'm sitting with a client trying to win a project or make sure that my value is understood, I'm everybody. And when I am there in the public and someone's like, hey man, aren't you the guy that 1, 2, 3? I'm somebody. You need to know how to diversify yourself in the mindset that you want to continue to grow in. Because if I were to say constantly, I am everybody, I will fail. If I'm constantly going to say I'm somebody, I will fail. If I say I'm absolutely nobody, even I've reached a lot of heights, I'm definitely going to fail. How do you diversify? See, people talk about investments. I want to diversify my investments and money. What about yourself? Aren't you your own biggest investment?
I like that actually a lot because when I teach public speaking, a lot of it.
Congrats on that and respect on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Guys, Josh will be joining my school very soon. Hang around to find out more.
Deal. We'll get to that in a sec as well. So like when I'm teaching things when it comes to public speaking, and as you would know, is people's voice isn't naturally their voice. It's the habitual voice that they've learned how to use, which is what you demonstrate consistently, is how to change and switch in between different voices. And when people start to change the way that they've formed their voice into speaking, it feels inauthentic. And it feels like it's not them, it's not natural. They're not being themselves genuinely, right?
So Let me tell you about the new rent opportunity we have. Like, you know, only 3 million dirham for studio. Like, bro, that's just... You see them, right? You see them on the ads on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. They come up, it's like, yeah, shabab, today I have deal that goes to moon and back. You're ripping people off 800 plus profit. It doesn't make sense to me, bro. I'm sorry. All due respect, but no, I get you. And being a memory coach yourself and a public speaker, a public speaker coach and a public speaker, as someone who does a lot of public speaking, that kind of confidence, I can see you've built it. Yes. You know what I mean, Josh? 100%. I can see the layers of where you began. And you know what I like about you the most since the second I met you? I see in your eyes how little you care about the other person's opinion. But if they're professionals like you, it's not that you care about their opinion, but the sheer amount of respect that you throw around the room fills it up and makes everything beautiful. And that's what makes you a beautiful human being. No, girlfriend, I don't have a crush on the dude. I'm dating you. But my point is, look at him. He's super cute. And I'm super cute. We're super cute people. But like, you get my point, right? Like,
I appreciate that.
People don't understand that we're on a planet where we communicate. So if you don't know how to do that, the hell you doing, bruh?
It's the foundations of everything.
Everything. Even the school I'm going to talk about. And a lot of people are like, oh, so you guys teach like audio and video and photography. No, we also teach you how to talk, how to get work, how to get business, how to grow. It's not just the actual skill you're there to learn the experience of. And that was what's missing in the Middle East as an educational platform. So we'll get into that.
Communicate.
Absolutely, bruh.
So let's get into it then. So from school dropout to running and creating your own school. How did that start? How's it going?
So I have a business called Mind Loop Studios in the CNN building here in Media City. This business I am in partnership with the founder. His name is also Ahmad. And that guy, even though he has the same name as me, he's 100 times smarter than me. He found me as a talent. He found me as an opportunity to grow our business, which is now our business. And it's founded in 2001. So jumping into the business in 2017, it was already founded. Everything was already done. So I didn't have to go through the whole startup stage and all of that. That was a blessing of its own. But like any businesses struggle, right? So this business has its own struggles and I was there to solve them. And what happened was, so Mind Loop Studios, what do? We do audio production, professional post-production for audio. So voiceover recordings, obviously. Oh my God,
Can you believe it?
So we do voiceover production, music, jingles for TV commercials. So a lot of the music that you hear is composed by us.
Have you done Christmas songs yet?
Oh my God, please, when the trauma kicks in, don't remind me. It's just, it's all the Santa stuff. Like I'm just sitting there like $11,000 gear and I'm like, da, na, 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 da, da, da. I was like, yeah. And I go to the client, we have a masterpiece ready for you. Only $11,000. It's just like,
That's a discount too.
That is a discount too as well. But no, we do jingles, we do sound design for like documentaries, advertisements, like proper sound design, sound effects, basically all the that you hear in different, like all those kind of sounds. We actually do raw ones and we have libraries. We do mixing, mastering. So if you bring us a product, you want it to be mixed and released on TV, there's a certain way of mixing that audio, you know, on top of the video and then releasing it. And of course, our creme de la creme is sonic branding, which I identify with more independently rather than my company. Yeah. And that is the music for brands. And that is why I'm successful today.
It seems where your soul's kind of at, right?
Pretty much. So let me tell you a little bit about how it all started when it comes to the business stuff, because if it wasn't for sonic branding and Mind Loop Studios, I'd be nobody today. And again, listen to how I just said that, guys. I identify myself as somebody, and somebody important, somebody pretty big too. I mean, for someone who's 28, who you've heard this voice on 70 brands, who's made the music for 52 brands, who's won awards, who's been on the cover of magazines. So what? So what if you think you can't do it today? So what? I didn't know any of this was going to happen to me. So again, Vinny Paz, open your ears and you listen. So basically, I do music for brands. What is that? Other than all the services that Mind Loop does, I have, employees for that. I have engineers. I've got 2 engineers. I've got a production manager. I've got employees there who do that. Without that team, again, I'm nobody. Because these people who run Mind Loop are everything. Without them, there would be no Mind Loop. They're incredible human beings. So what happened was, I found my love for sound branding, sonic branding, audio branding for companies at the age of 2021. I was employed in a company doing music playlists for a company similar to Spotify. That's all I can say. And I got fired. I got fired.
Which one you're talking about?
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. I got fired, and I got fired because I didn't show up, on time, and I didn't believe in the whole 9 to 6 thing. Like waking up, doing this. I did it for a few months. I was not cool with that. And then when I discovered sonic branding, everything changed. So I got my first 2 gigs by complete luck and mistake, but then I had to prove it. So I had to teach myself what is the difference between the jingles you hear on TV, on ads and stuff, to an actual brand identity, audio, sound, music identity for brands.
Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it. So funny enough, I know the guy who composed that in the 90s.
Oh.
Believe it or not, he's a fan of my work. Who gets to say that, huh? Who gets to say that? Who gets to say that the dude who did the ba-da-ba-ba-ba says, Ahmad, you're damn talented. And you think I'm going to worry about some people saying, yeah, but what about competition? The hell up. Shut the hell up, people. Do your thing. Believe in yourself. And not like, oh my God, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Not DJ Khaled's, God, dude. Believe in yourself for real. Even though I love DJ, he's a cool guy. I want to meet him soon because I've met French Montana. I've met a lot of those guys. I'm not gonna say I'm BFFs with French Montana, but I love him. And if he ever sees this, Cam or French Montana, love you. Mind Loop's ready when you need it again.
What's up?
So basically, music for brands is similar to what you've heard on McDonald's. It's a 4-second signature for the brand that they use across social media and many other elements.
Are they always 4 seconds? Is that like an industry standard?
That's the main one. Consider it as the little, how do I say? Like you've got a plant. Before the plant actually exists, you got some rubble, and then you put the little seed in there. Seed comes out. The 4-second one is the seed. Once the seed materializes and becomes a thing, not materialize, I don't know the word. When it becomes a thing, becomes a plant, it starts fruiting stuff, right? When it starts fruiting, those are what we call the adaptation. So say that the main melody, let's talk about, like, for example, Rixos Hotels. If I were to play you the actual Rixos Hotels, I'm very proud of, because that project I did internationally, right? So every Rixos, can you guys imagine this? Imagine this. Go to my social media. I just posted a video. I'm very proud of it. And that's what I'm talking about now. It's very relevant. I went to a hotel, 5-star hotel, international 5-star hotel, multi-million-dollar business. I'm like, guys, do you know about sonic branding? And they're like, the hell is that? And imagine a company that big. And I educated them on what it is. They gave me a shot and they're like, all right, prove it to us. Give us some samples and how the whole thing works. I've done all that. They loved it. And I ended up staying in multiple Rixoses here in the UAE between Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi to actually feel what makes them different from other 5-star hotels. And I felt it. And then I created the music based on that feeling. And it's a lot more in detail than that. But how
I just love that you just asked them, have you thought about sonic branding? And
yes.
They said, no.
80% of my portfolio, whether voice or music or most of the stuff I've done, I've went to the client. Never once did they knock on my door and say, hey, Ahmad, be the voice of this or be the that. No. Most voiceovers aren't the voice of. This is what people pisses me off in. They're like, how are you the voice of? Yes, freelance voiceovers are not the voice of. They're voices.
Yeah.
Point. I went to clients and I'm like, we'll make a contract. I'm your official voice. You pay, say, a little bit less than market rate, but you guarantee work for my company to pay salaries. And at the same time, I became famous by mistake. So it's really a business plan. And yeah, I'm talking about that now because a lot of you guys think, oh yeah, but other people do McDonald's. Of course other people do McDonald's. I never said I'm the only guy that does McDonald's. I never said any of that about any of those things. There are other people who do them too. But look at the new stuff. Ever since I came up with this idea in the past few years, you look at a lot of those stuff and you'll see, I'll talk about that just for a second because I want to get it over with. Here's an idea of the voices I've done that I'm the actual official voice of as of now. All right, as of the past few years. I'm the official voice of InstaShop. InstaShop, InstaShop, delivery in 30 minutes or under. Download the app now. That's English. Check out in Arabic. كل اللي تحتاجونه مع InstaShop حملوا التطبيق الآن. Same company, right? Came up with different tonalities. Sat with the marketing team, explained it to them. I'm super proud of InstaShop because I used to do طلبات, order now. And then they're like, yeah, but you don't do talaba anymore. I'm like, okay, deal. So I'm actually proud because I never was the official voice talaba. It was mainly me and a guy called Eli Iskandar, who's my best friend, who also does talaba. And we were sort of like fighting for it because we're buds, right? And he has his own video production house. He's not just relying on voiceover. So voiceovers don't only do voiceover. You know what I mean? It's a thing we love. But yeah, I became their official voice. I'm the official voice of streaming now exclusively on Stars Play. يعرض الآن حصريا على Stars Play. So that's Stars Play. The UAE and Siemens have teamed up. الإمارات وسيمنز الآن blah blah blah. You've heard it. Taj Hotels, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taj Hotels and Resorts and Spa, the Palm Dubai. السيدات والسادة مرحبا بكم. Because you think of as 5-star hotel, السيدات والسادة, smooth.
I feel like I'm on an Emirates flight right now.
Yes, and on Emirates, you've heard me on the Ice movie in English as well. On Dubai Opera, you've heard me in English because Emirates, I'm not an official in any way, but with these people, I am. Dubai Opera. السيدات والسادة مرحبا بكم في دبي أوبرا. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dubai Opera. You've got Dubai Aquarium and Underwater Zoo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dubai Aquarium and Underwater Zoo. السيدات والسادة مرحبا بكم في دبي Aquarium وحديقة الحيوانات المائية. HMS, what was it? HMS ابتسامتك تبدأ هنا. But then in Arabic, in English, sorry, HMS, your smile begins here. And look at the way I say begins here. It's the pacing, it's the delivery, so many millions of elements. Washman, you know what? I'll even call them. Why am I even like doing the voice? Here you go. I'll call Washman up right now. I'm calling Washman just to show you guys. I'm literally calling Washman, one of the biggest, if not the biggest laundry.
To Washman, UAE's awarded #1 laundry and dry cleaning service. Choose one of the following options to be connected to an agent right away.
Choose one of the following options to be connected to an agent right away. So, and it's not like, wow, he's doing IVR phone, like big deal. A lot of people do it. Of course, but listen, that voice, and that voice, and that voice, and that voice. While I'm doing 10 billion other things and running companies, bro, this is not a joke. I'm not some voiceover making a few thousand dirhams. I literally have a Ferrari and a Porsche. You think voiceover got me there? It's my mindset. Not to go around people, drive around JBR when it's busy just to show people I have a Ferrari. I don't care. I love racing. I love driving fast. Oh yeah, Dubai police. I just remember because I drive fast. Don't worry, Dubai police. We have an agreement. I'm very nice boy. But in the autodrome, very naughty boy. But yeah, Dubai police. Dubai police. نرحب بكم. Dubai police. Like the way, the smooth, but every one of them, two tube wash. They just came to the UAE. They're like, Ahmad, we want you to make the official music. We want you to be the official voice.
What's your process when you have to create a new voice for a new company?
I sit down with the marketing team. I look at all of the assets. I look at what the goals are, their long-term goals. I look at what kind of voiceover content they're most probably going to be producing between radio, online, educational videos, anywhere in between. And then I see if I fit as an official voice, or they will require multiple voices or multiple genders. If I fit as an official voice, then that's it. Because their audiences would be okay with an Arab, with a male. But even companies that only use, say, British or American or whatever, have went for me for those. And a lot of companies are, can you do British? I cannot do British. Okay, I cannot do British.
Some more in it. It's actually funny because I always wondered when I listened to these adverts on the radio, I'm like, how do they all sound the damn same? And it turns out it is because it's literally you.
let me tell you something. A lot of the voices that you hear that are produced by ARN, which is right here, amazing people at ARN, by the way. Shout out to Russell, love you, bro. A lot of them have been doing this for 20 plus years. What people need to understand is that in only a matter of a few years, not even 5, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that, I've been doing voiceovers. I literally jumped up to doing a trillion things. These people, they get a brief and they do it, and bless their hearts. But I'm not here to copy. I'm here to innovate. That's my entire point. I'm here to create something new. I'm not here to say the same stuff. Yes, they've been doing this and this. It's like, on a radio, this is the tone where they're about to tell you something about Mall of the Emirates. Done. Right? It's about how to explore yourself as an artist.
So let's get into it really quickly because we've only got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So tell me about the school. Tell me about the opportunities that are coming forward from it and what you would like to put across to people.
Guys, first of all, thank you. And thank you for being with us so long. I actually speak a lot. I'm a very nice guy. If you see me in public, speak to me whenever you want, especially if I'm with my girlfriend. I really like showing that off. Check out my Instagram. Check out my TikTok. Please support them. I just opened them. I'm getting the verification.
Yeah.
And oh my God. And I have started helping people with voiceover around a year and a half ago. And then I expanded that to audio. And very soon, within a year, I'm going to be expanding that to video and photography. I'm not the only teacher. I've got a set of teachers, but the teachers learn what I've created. What is the school? It's going to be titled On the Field Academy. It is already soft launched, and it's called On the Field because media is war. And we help people get through the door and sit in front of the right people. At the same time, we help them with their talents. We grow their talents, and we grow their personalities and any personal or emotional issues they have in terms of traumas, in terms of trust issues, in terms of spotlight issues, and everywhere in between. What do we teach? At the moment, voiceover and audio. What does that mean? We make someone a full-fledged voiceover to work in the field as a voiceover as a part-time job. We make someone a full-time a full-time audio engineer to work in production or post-production in the audio engineering world. How do we do that? We have a series of 15 questions. I'm the only person who does what I call the assessment, where I get to learn more about this particular person and their background. And then I have a template program that gets to be amended for them. It's a very unique recipe. Literally, KFC's 12 spices, I have that thing now. And people are like, how is Ahmad doing what they're doing? And trust me, they're talking. And what happens from there, this program gets to be amended specifically for their personality and character. Here's an example. You have a nice voice. People have been telling you for a long time, you have a nice voice. Why not be on the radio? Why not blah, blah, blah? These people reach out to me or my team. We put them with an assessment. They do this assessment. If they hit what we require, oh yeah, you can't just enter the school, by the way, you got to have something there. If they hit what we require in terms of skill, mental sanity, literally, and a proper mindset in terms of wanting business, in terms of hunger, in terms of patience, and knowing how to play a game, then they're welcome. If not, they're not going to benefit. And we charge a minimum of $12,000 to $13,000 per person for the 3-month course, which is once a week. So I get some people are going to be like, it's a lot of money, but there's literally no other concept that is anywhere near similar in the Middle East. So what are you comparing us to exactly?
It's also a lifelong skill that you'll make more money with in the future.
Literally. So it's like you buy a house,
investment.
You buy a car, you pay it off, you move on. It's a valid asset. That's what it is. You finish university, you studied audio engineering, you've got a bachelor's in your hand, but you don't have any on-land experience or have in-the-field experience. Hence, On the Field Academy. Same with video, same with photography. So that's what we're doing. We've graduated 74 students right now between audio and voiceover. And a lot of the new voices you're hearing, not only in the UAE, but on the planet, is now because of On the Field Academy. And the testimonials. You know that Coca-Cola ad that you're hearing on the FIFA World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know the kid with the frizzy hair?
Yep.
The voice of that kid is a kid called Rio, who is because of us a voiceover. And Rio, and if you go to my Instagram, you'll see I have a photo with him. He's super proud. His mom lost her mind. That millions of people are hearing her little boy's voice, right? So from kids to adults is the the age limit for voiceover. And for audio, it's those that finish university or have a serious interest or knowledge or slight experience in audio. We make them professionals and we connect them to the correct suppliers. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
This is On the Field Academy. I'm just started talking about it because I just started building a big enough foundation to handle the incoming requests. But your $12,000, $13,000 aren't going anywhere. You just have to earn them back.
I love that concept. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got time for today. But if people do want to reach out to you and to potentially take you up on that offer, how would they connect to you?
Instagram.
And what would they do?
Instagram's the fastest way these days. I've made my peace with it. I've joined it. I am now part of it. And I'm fine with that.
We're now Insta officials.
Oh my God. It's that fish
Now
sounds so
besties.
cute. Look at this shirt. I got this. It's got the X, so you know I'm cool.
My God.
My God. Instagram, check me out. TikTok, sometimes I post funny content. And of course, as you know, I have my own stand-up comedy special. I also do comedy. I know a lot of things.
He does literally everything. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Check out my show on Starsplay, which is currently live. It's a 1-hour comedy special titled Ahmad Hafar, rated R. Because when you say it in English, it's Ahmed Hafar, rated R.
Or
Get
Australian Ahmad Hafar. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, and I'm writing a new special right now, which will be on a very big platform, and maybe on Starsplay again, maybe not. We don't know. But what I can tell you is check out the first one, support it, and it's a lot of jokes about me, about Dubai, in a very friendly way. The government literally approved this, and Lebanon. So that's it.
Man, thank you so much for coming in for the show. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time and everything that you do. And I'm seriously going to be thinking about you every single time I am driving the car, listening to the radio. It happens all the time anyway. So, man, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys have enjoyed the podcast. I've certainly learned quite a few things from Ahmad here. So, hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you all next time and peace out.